Welcome to October's edition of Gardening Advice here at the Old Railway Line Garden Centre. We're going to talk a little bit about the ornamental garden, the flower garden. Obviously the stuff we planted for the summer now is going to be coming to an end if it hasn't already ended, but bear in mind our hanging baskets here seem to be going on and on,
so really good.
Anyone could have flowers all over the garden really, but I'm assuming the thing is now is we're going to start looking to put a bit of colour in now for this autumn sort of winter period. So Keith, what are we looking to do?
Well, I think most people's summer bedding will be finished by now. It's done well, but it can't keep going on. And the sooner you get the autumn winter bedding in, it makes some root in the next month. So it's worth planting it at this time rather than waiting a little bit longer. The best flowers are the pansies and violas. They're the ones that can keep flowering through the winter, in the milder spells anyway. But of course you can put lots of things with them, and we're standing in front of our what we call tub and basket plants. They're just evergreen plants that hold some colour through the winter and just give a bit of contrast really to the flowering plants. And when the violas and the pansies do stop flowering in the worst of the weather, you've still got colour from these evergreen perennials and conifers. They can stay in the baskets and tubs next year, or they can go into the garden and they'll make decent plants there. So it's worth just thinking about not just flowers but foliage plants as well to go with them.
That's great, and I know another thing a lot of people are getting stuck into at the moment is preparing for spring. We're inundated with spring bulbs at the minute.
We are.
And so everyone's just picking what they want really to come out now in the spring, isn't it?
A lot of people have already got their first choices, but yes, there's plenty of spring bulbs here, and planting them now really, particularly the daffodils, the crocus, the iris, those early flowers. Perhaps waiting for next month, November, for hyacinths and tulips. They're better planted a bit later, but certainly spring bulbs. Buy them now and get them in when the weather's nice.
And the thing to plant them in, if you're doing it in a tub or something, a bit of bulb fibre. That's obviously the thing that people are going for.
But bulb fibre, particularly if you're planting for indoor plants, like if you're going to do some hyacinth for Christmas, bulb fibre is important there, I think. And they need about 10 weeks to flower. So if you're going to do hyacinths for Christmas and paper whites, they need to go in towards the end of October to flower for Christmas. In outside pots, I think you can use multi-purpose compost, probably just as good. Probably using larger quantities, so it's better value really. But you need to put them in a compost rather than a garden soil.
And if you're planting directly into soil, get yourself one of them bulb planters. They seem to be what everyone's snapping up, isn't it? So
certainly, if you've got a lot of bulbs to plant, and particularly if you're going to plant them in turf, I've used it a lot in planting through turf. That's by far the best way. If you're just planting a few bulbs, a trowel's good enough. But if you're putting 10s and 20s and 30s in,
makes the job a little bit easier.
It certainly does, yeah. And generally, this is a great planting time. Of course, October probably is the best planting month. There's plenty of moisture in the soil. The soil's still warm, and things make some root before the winter. And you plant anything really at this time of year: trees, shrubs, perennials, fruit. We've had lots of soft fruit in today. Great time to plant them, and you water them in once to settle the soil around the root. You probably won't have to do anything with them until next April or May, if you start getting some drier spells.
That's brilliant. Well, thanks very much, Keith.